Welcome to the second part of our thrill of driving tutorial series with the Mahindra XUV300 TurboSport. And in this episode, we are teaching you how to slide. To run you through this tutorial, we are using the Mahindra XUV300 TurboSport. Now, why this SUV, you ask? First things first, we need power, and the XUV gets power. It gets the 1.2 TGDI engine, makes 128 bhp, 250 Newton meters of torque with the overboost function. So enough power for all that we are going to demonstrate. The second is it's got a chassis that can take a beating plus can deliver on enthusiasm. For us here at Evo India, it ticks all the right boxes. It delivers on the thrill of driving and it has proper rally pedigree. Also, cars like these, they don't have fancy electronics or drift mode. Cars like these get you involved in the driving, and that's what we love. Before we get going, I must remind you, never try this on a public road. Always on a closed off private road, or better still, a racetrack or a go-karting track. We are at the Mohite Racing Academy in Kolhapur. Plenty of space to do everything that we want to do and lots of runoff in case things do go wrong. I should also point out, drifting is a little bit more serious than launching the car, and that's why wear a helmet. In any case, you are at a go-kart track, so always wear a helmet. Be safe. You can never be too safe. So just wear a helmet and take care of yourself, because these things can also go a little bit haywire. And also, it's preferable to wear gloves because you'll be yanking the handbrake all day long, and by the end of the day, if you're not wearing gloves, you'll have solid blisters. And now we drift. Actually, no. First, we adjust our seat. So this is too far back. You bring the seat closer to the steering wheel. Get the seat nice and low as it can go. You can seat a little closer. Adjust the steering wheel. You want this bend in your arm. And this is crucial because you will be applying opposite lock, counter steering, and you need leverage in your arm. So you need that bend in your arm also to be able to access the handbrake and the gear lever. And now that we are set, let's get going. Also, switch off traction control. Now I'm just bracing myself for comments from a few enthusiasts, of course, that this is a front-wheel drive car. And bro, front-wheel drive cars do not drift. And it is true, front-wheel drive cars are obviously front-wheel driven. Unlike in a rear-wheel drive car, you can floor the throttle, get the tail to come out. And we've done drifting stories with rear-wheel drive cars, with all-wheel drive cars. But fact also is that front-wheel drive cars are the meat of the market. What rear-wheel drive cars are sold apart from premium luxury cars? Everything else are front-wheel drive cars. Enthusiasts, we own front-wheel drive cars. And we want to have fun with front-wheel drive cars, don't we? And that's why we do these drifting tutorials with front-wheel drive cars, to show you that with your humble hatchback or SUV like this XUV300, you can have a whale of a time. You can get it to go sideways, to drift. Well, this is not drift. This is called sliding. You're not pulling long slides for sure. But you're getting the tail out and you're having an awesome time with your car. So I'm sure you're curious, what is this danda doing over here? Now, this is an aftermarket part. Everything else is standard on the XUV300. This is a hydraulic handbrake. It's a similar handbrake that is there on Gaurav Gill's rally car. It works on the rear disc brakes. The XUV300 gets disc brakes on all four wheels, and it's just easier to lock the rear wheels and initiate the slide. It will also happen with this handbrake. For instance, let's see. But you can do all of this with your regular handbrake. No stress. But it's great to have a handbrake, right? Otherwise, with the electronic parking brakes, you can't do all of this. You just can't do. On those, you definitely will have to fit a hydraulic handbrake from a race tuner, like Race Concepts, who have fitted in this for us. So all the techniques we spoke about in our earlier tutorial. Heel toe, for instance. I'm heel toeing to go into first, and then look where you want to go. That's most important. So your car might be dancing all over the place, but always look where you want to go, and the car will invariably go there, unless you've done something horribly wrong. But if your eyes are pointed at where you want to go, the car will go there. That's the biggest tip that I can give you. So let's break down the theory of the drift. You pull the handbrake, the tail comes out. In a front wheel drive car, you send power to the front wheels. When you send power to the front wheels spin up, they grip, they bite into the tarmac, give you traction and pulls you out of the slide. If you are sliding out and you don't give traction, you are just going to spin. So that's the handbrake turn that we spoke about in the earlier video, where you just flick the car around. So there you're not giving power, you're only giving power to pull you out of that. Here, when you are sliding in a front wheel drive car, suppose you're sliding into the corner, you look where you want to go and then you give gas. And when you give gas, the front tires, they bite and they pull you out of the slide. So power is important. Another important point is speed into the corner. If you go slowly, like I'm going in right now, nothing's going to happen. Even with this hydraulic handbrake, nothing's going to happen. You need more speed. And the momentum is what carries you all over the place. Another tip that I can give you is just leave the AC on. Sliding a car is a lot of work. You might as well just leave the aircon on and cool yourself. So heel toe, go into the corner, right? Power, power, power. And that's how you will pull and carry out of a slide. We'll try a little faster corner. Power. You have to have power. The good thing about the XUV300, the TurboSport, is it's got a turbocharged engine, so there's a lot of low down grunt, 230 Newton meters, and in second gear I get 250 Newton meters because there's 20 more Newton meters of overboost. So even though I'm in second gear on the faster corner, the speeds obviously drop dramatically when you're sliding. So the speeds drop a fair bit, but because I'm still sort of in the meat of the power band, I can give gas and pull myself out of the corner and get some more traction, some more speed. And you have to be careful of the snap back. So you're sliding one way, then obviously when the tail corrects, it will want to snap back the other way. How do you control that? The way to control that is to obviously predict that the tail is now coming back, it is straightening, and then straighten your steering wheel. If you're still correcting the slide, the tail is already corrected and it's going the other way, then it's going to snap and spin you around. So anticipate that the tail is now straightening and straighten your steering wheel so that you have a good, clean, smooth exit out of the corner. Drink a lot of water, keep hydrated, preferably with some Gatorade or some ORS. So slide. Another tip, when I'm sliding into the corner, as soon as I turn into the corner, I dip the clutch and then get back on the gas. That sort of loosens up the car and gets you more sideways. Turn in, slide, give gas and straighten. So you turn in, then you pull the handbrake because you want the tail to be a little unsettled. Only when the tail is a little unsettled will it come out, will it snap out. So turn in, then you pull the handbrake. As soon as the car starts sliding, anticipate how much it is sliding. So how much slide, how much angle of slide you want. Let it slide out. When you think that's enough, obviously you have to be very quick with this. Then you put in opposite lock and slam the gas so that you have that power to pull yourself out of the slide. If you're not quick with all of this, with any of these steps, you will spin or maybe you just won't slide. Okay, so where was I? Breaking down the drift, carrying 50 kilometers per hour. Turn, handbrake, slide, gas. And that's how you get to carry a bit of the slide. So in Evo India magazine, for instance, you will see pictures of us carrying the slide, all those panning shots. For that, you need to carry some speed while your steering is at an opposite lock angle, and for that you need some speed, right? So that's why have some momentum. Pull the car through the slide. A rear wheel drive car does these slides very easily, but we buy front wheel drive cars and we can still have fun with front wheel drive cars. Now when you practice this, and you will have to practice, only then you will master these techniques. Do this on a closed off road, or better still on a racetrack or on a go-kart track. So now that you've gained a little experience, now it's time to do a few faster drifts. That's where one-handed does not work. You have to have both hands on the wheel to control the slide and the drift. So, like, you have to be really quick with your hands. And obviously, if you practice, you will get it. Not rocket science. And now you are armed with the tools to drive like an absolute pro. How to use the handbrake, how to drift, how to take the car sideways, and how to carry speed through the corner while holding a drift. So go out there, practice. Practice makes everybody perfect, but never do this on a public road. Never, ever. Find a racetrack, find a closed off road, or better still, find a go-kart track like the Mohite Racing Academy in Kolhapur, where we are at. And then you will get better. You will not damage yourself, you will not damage anybody else on the road, you won't damage your car also. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It's been a whole day of pulling the handbrake, and come on, it's the least that you can do. Also, drop us a comment, share this video with like-minded enthusiasts, and stay subscribed to the Evo India channel. Hit that notification icon, because we have one more coming up in season 2 of the Thrill of Driving tutorial series. With this, the Mahindra, oh, it's hot. It's been a whole day of drifting this Mahindra XUV300 TurboSport. What a fantastic little SUV. A whole day of driving like this, and it's perfect. We're just going to head back to the hotel now with this car. Tires a bit gone, but the car, wow, fantastic. One more coming up. Stay tuned.